Hey, welcome back. Today, I want to talk a little bit about mental health. I know it's not a subject that everyone loves. I mean, if you break your leg, you get it fixed. But if you have a mental health problem, there's that stigma that everybody talks about. And it makes it very hard for people to talk about their mental health. I think I've mentioned before that I left my job because my mental health was at risk. I mean, when I would go to work, I would think, I'm not going to go home. I'm just going to go to the stress unit at the clinic because I can't handle this anymore. It's so difficult. Everything was so difficult. And I know people work through it. They do. And I think it's great that they can work through it. I could not. At the moment, I thought, I'm never going to make it till June. I'm not going to make it till June. I'm just going to quit. Just going to do whatever. But I did make it to June, and I think I insulted some people. My going away party when I said, I'm so proud of myself. And they're like, what? I go, I'm so proud of myself. I made it to June. They're like, oh, come on. You knew you were going to make it to June. I'm like, I did not know I was going to make it to June. Christmas, I was sure that was the end. I was just going to quit then. I mean, making it to June was difficult. And the only reason I did make it to June is because I didn't want to screw over all my colleagues. I didn't want to make them take over my work and make them work more, because I would not have liked if someone had done that. But I did have a couple of them who said, if you need to go, we've got your back, which was wonderful, because I knew I had the option to leave if I needed to, because they would take over, even though I didn't want them to have to. But they would, because special education paperwork and caseloads are already big enough without somebody leaving and dropping off 20 odd cases to everybody else that's still around. It's not fair. But at the same time, if you got to go, you got to go. And I struggled with my decision. And I stayed till June, which, like I said, I was very proud of myself. I did use way more sick time than I have ever used in the past that year. And I think that was very much due to my mental health. When you're mentally not healthy, you're physically not doing well either a lot of times. And so I guess the thing about mental health is you need to talk to someone about it. 2018, I had a really difficult school year. I just had some really difficult classes and kids, and that first semester. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to drive me nuts. And I went into my doctor for my yearly checkup, around November or something. And he said, so how's it going? I said, do you want me to be honest? He said, well, of course I do. I said, well, it's not going well. I said, my job's driving me crazy. I can't even stand to get up in the morning. Sunday nights are the worst because I just cry because I have to go back to work on Monday. It's a very difficult class. And he's like, oh, and I said, and I'm mad all the time. All the time. I'm mad. I'm just angry all the time. He was like, sounds like you're depressed. I said, no, you're not listening. You're not listening to me. I'm angry. I'm not depressed. I'm angry. He goes, that's another sign of depression. I was like, really? He's like, yes. And I said, sometimes I just can't take it. I want to hurt him. And he's like, are you homicidal? And I'm like, no, that's too quick. It's too fast. I'm not homicidal. But he was great. And I was able to get on a good antidepressant, which really helped me at the time. And I'm still on it, Wellbutrin. I highly recommend it. I don't sell it, but I highly recommend it because it's really helped me to stop the ruminating, the thinking over and over and over again, and getting into a cycle of thoughts that I can't get out of. Oh, I should have said that. 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 All day long, all night long. So it helps me to stop that. I'd like to say it gets rid of it altogether. But the truth of the matter is it just helps me be more aware of it so that I stop it. But it was great. It worked great, still on it, still works great. And then during 2020, when everything was kind of crazy and I couldn't stop watching the news, I found it to be helpful too, because I think I would have had to gone on it at that point if I hadn't been on it before, with 2020 and stuff. But yeah, there's times in your life that are going to be harder than other times. It's just the way it is. And I don't think that's weakness to ask for help. I think you need to realize there's a time and a place where you can help others, and there's a time and a place where you need others to help you. And I don't think there should be any stigma that you're just not good enough, you're not strong enough, you're not as good as they are, because everyone's different. I mean, I did go to an after the year party this last year. even though I didn't work. I was invited and I went, and they were like, I was like, you know, I'm glad you guys can do it because they need you. I'm really glad you can do it. I just can't. And they were like, you're coming back? And I'm like, I can't. I just can't come back right now. I'm just still not in a place where I want to deal with parents and administrators. And I just don't want to deal with the behaviors and the rudeness. And I mean, one day, one of my students was rude to an administrator, and she gave him 3 days of ISS, which is in-school suspension. I am sworn at, when I was in school, sworn at on a daily basis, called an F&B constantly from students, and nobody got ISS. Even if I reported it, nothing happened. Nothing can. You gave him ISS because he argued with you? You know how many times he get argued with in a day? I'm like, give me a break. There just isn't the support for teachers that there needs to be. And I know a lot of people are leaving the profession because there just isn't the support you need. It is very difficult. We need good teachers. We do. But we also need people who are mentally healthy. If you are not healthy mentally, you cannot teach. If your students are not healthy mentally, they can't learn. Yet we don't have the mental health support that we need in this country. It's just the way it is. We need more mental health support in this country because right now, I think our mental health is at the lowest level. It's so difficult to get up in the morning, to do things, to go. And I mean, I feel good right now. I'm not at work. I'm not working. I don't have that stress right now in my life. And, you know, it's summer. I wouldn't be working anyway, but I don't have that stress. And so things they're easier for me right now than they would be if I was at work. And I just think not everyone has the option to be able to just leave their job. It's just the way it is. Not everyone has that option. We were really lucky. I was really lucky. And our kids were gone to college and out on their own. Most of them had graduated at this point. 2 of them graduated this year, and one with their AA, so he's in the Navy. The government's going to pay for it. Yay. But you need to take care of your mental health. You need to know where you are. If you need help, you need to ask for it. And I had a friend, this is a few years back, well, quite a few years back, when my baby went to preschool, so he was a whole 3, and he was gone a half a day, 2 or 3 days a week. I mean, not a lot. And I was like, oh, I had an identity crisis. Oh my gosh, what am I? I'm not a mom anymore because I don't have any kids to stay home with anymore. I'm like, 3 days a week for the afternoon. So I did say to my friend, one of my friends, I said, I think I need someone to talk to about this because this is such a huge transition, which are difficult in my life. And so I went and I started seeing a therapist, and it made a huge difference. It really did, because I was able to see that this is transition. Transitions are hard. No matter what transition it is, it's a hard thing for you to do. So as my kids got older and they transitioned from high school to college, not that it was easy, but I understood that this was going to be a difficult time because transitions are difficult and they can really mess with your equilibrium, your mental health, your physical health. And your physical health is very impacted by your mental health. So you need to take care of your mental health. You need to take those breaks. You need to do self-care. You need to have those moments where you can let it go. And if you can't let it go, you need to find someone to talk to, or you need to quit, whatever it is you can't let go. Because you are so important. And if you're not there to help everyone else, then what are they going to do? It's just like that thing with the airplane, you got to put your mask on first before you put on anybody else, because if you're passed out, you can't help anybody. And you might say, well, I don't have anybody in my family to help, or I don't have anybody, I live by myself, or I don't, whatever it is, there's people that depend on you. It might be at your job. It might be your family. It might be your friends. But people depend on you, and you need to be there. And if you're mentally not healthy, you can't. So I encourage you to ask for the help you need. Your doctors aren't going to lock you up unless you're a danger to yourself and others. They're not going to lock you up because you say, I'm having a hard time right now. I'm mad. I'm sad. I'm depressed. I don't know what to do. I just feel like life is just not worth living. They're going to help you. And maybe you do need to spend some time in a stress center. I mean, I know people are like, oh, the stress center. I could never tell my friends and family I want to stress center. You don't have to tell them. The whole thing is there shouldn't be a stigma about it. If you need to go, you need to go. We are all in a different place, and some of us can handle more than others. It doesn't mean you're weaker or you're stronger, because you might be able to handle more of certain things than they can handle. With dystonia, it's if anybody out there has dystonia, it is a chronic pain issue, and so maybe with chronic pain, I can only handle so much because I've already handling this much. So I can only handle this much more. And maybe other people, they're dealing with other issues and they're already here. And then something happens and it pushes them to here and it's too much, and other people, they don't have issues. They're good. They're good right now because their life is good right now. It doesn't mean it's going to be good always. Ask for help. Get the help you need. If you need help, talk to your doctor. Talk to a therapist. You need to get it if you feel that you need it. It was the best thing I ever did. Believe me, they're going to have to take the Wellbutrin out of my cold dead hand because it has helped me so much to not be so angry, to be able to control my emotions more, and to not think over and over and over again the same thing and get in this cycle and then get upset and then get mad or sad or depressed. It really has made a huge difference in my life. So I'm saying, if you need help, go ask for it. Your health is so important, your physical and your mental health. So go take care of yourself. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much for stopping by today. And if you are having problems with your mental health, please contact a healthcare professional. They will help you. They will not judge you. They will help you to get healthy again. It is so important. And thank you so much. Have a great day.